Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Akinola here. I'm back with Dylan, and we're here to talk about our reaction to the latest Pokemon Direct that showed off last week. It wasn't the longest Direct, but they had some stuff that, was of interest to some fans, and there was love and vitriol all over the timeline, as I'm sure you all are well aware. So we're just here to let you know what we think of what was announced, and this should be a shorter video than last time. So let's just jump right into it. I think this Pokemon Direct, they really leaned on rehashes, bringing back the old, making it new again. Starting off with Pokemon Snap, not a remake, but like a brand new Pokemon Snap. Now, this is like a game that hasn't updated in 20 years, it seems like, and now it's back, fully fledged, new Pokemon, same on rails camera system, and I wanted to get your thoughts on. Is this something that we should be excited for? Like, who is this appealing to? Like, is it the old fans, the new fans? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I think it's appealing to both fans. First of all, like, let's take a look at that trailer. It's so colorful. Everything about the first trailer was just screaming vibrant. It was pretty much, I think, trying to capture how you felt as a kid or anybody playing the Pokemon Snap for the first time. I remember vividly playing that game for the first time and just seeing the jump from sprite to that colorful 3D was, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And, that sort of jump isn't as apparent now because, everything's in 3D. Everything looks great. But the colors were really catching. And people have been demanding Pokemon Snap for a long time. It's still very popular. Last year at MagFest, they had the old Blockbuster machine set up. So there's always been a return to Pokemon, if you will, Pokemon Snap, that is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is supposed to be, for millennial dads, just hanging out with their kids, or moms, but millennial parents just hanging out with their kids, saying, "Oh, I used to play this, and let's play it." And it looks like a great family game. That's what Nintendo does.
Absolutely. I feel like I personally am not as excited, only because I feel like I've grown out of Pokemon as a whole a little bit.
Cool.
Not that Pokemon isn't for anybody of any age, but I think this is something I'm going to delve into with the next topic. But I do remember having fond memories of, you play through the game a couple times, thinking you have everything, and then it tells you how much stuff you fucked up on. It's like, look, if you throw an apple at this thing, then this thing will show up, and all this other hidden text, so that you could complete your photo book or whatever version of it, 100% completion was. So, I'm not really expecting a super deep game, but any opportunity to see Pokemon in their natural habitat in video game form, I'm sure will be loved by a bunch of people. But like, I didn't jump for joy over this announcement. So if you liked it, great, whatever. Like,
well, it's a lot of it's to do with like seeing Pokemon do other things. Like the Pokemon models have more or less stayed the same. We've seen the animation since the DS days of let's have Gengar go like this over and over again. Like, who fucking cares? We want to see like Torterra crush that little whatever it is I'm looking at, or this Blastoise pick up an apple in the ocean and eat it. This is animation we haven't seen, and Pokemon fans are at this point starved for literally anything but an idle animation at this point.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, I feel like Pokemon fans are some of the most insufferable fans ever. They're up there with...
What? No.
Dude, man.
Bro. No way.
What do you mean? Luke?
Well, if you made me a top 10 list, I would not put Pokemon on the top 10 of that.
Really?
Yeah, maybe people were getting upset with the whole Dex thing, but other than that, like, what? Yeah, everybody complains. Everybody complains about everything. But are we talking about insufferable, like... Wow, I don't like this IP anymore, insufferable, because there's a lot of popular IPs out there with fan bases that are just like, wow, I used to like this, but I just can't.
I think it's a lot of people who feel so strongly about things in Pokemon or any video game. It's like they've invested so much time and they care so much about the future of that IP, but they can't quite bring themselves to just say, fuck it, I'm not going to play anymore, I hate it so much.
I'll play it right now. I'll say it right now. If I didn't want to play a Pokemon game, I wouldn't. But I wanted to play Sword and Shield. Yeah. I thought it looked fine for what it was.
Yeah. There's always going to be people that you can't appease for one reason or another. It's like, oh, all right, we're trying a new art style. The Pokemon have no animations, or I can't catch all 900 Pokemon in the single game. Like, there's always something.
I was really disappointed about that one, but whatever.
Really?
We move on. Yeah, really. Man, I pay for Pokemon Bank on my fucking phone or home or whatever the hell it's called. My whole thing. Like, I got my boys from Drexel still hanging. So yeah, forgive me if I can't put my Staraptor, and I'm mad about that in Pokemon Shield.
Yeah, I think that's the insufferability. Like, I feel like even if people, if the Pokemon Company gave something that was of adequate quality, and this is something we're going to continue going on with our next topic, remakes. So, you know, this is not new in the Pokemon world. Every couple years, every few years, they have been taking the old school and updating it, whether it be Let's Go or a remix of an old title. So the latest that we've got here is a remake of my actually favorite generation, Gen 4, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I actually saw this and I lost my shit because I have a lot of fond memories. This is actually the last version of Pokemon that I played before I gave it up for 10 years. Like, I didn't play any Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl to Sun and Moon. And what turned me off from that was actually the competitive aspect of, you know, you would play with a friend or play in a tournament, and your Pokemon would get destroyed.
I'm sorry I ruined Pokemon for you, Mac.
You know, and that's perfectly fine. Once I found out the endless amount of grinding that had to happen for your Pokemon to be competitive, and not all Pokemon were treated equal, that kind of really soured it for me. So from that point on, I would only play the main story. So a lot of people were surprised and happy that this remake is happening. Dylan, how do you feel about this generation of Pokemon getting the fresh coat of paint?
Oh yeah, great. Gen 4 was my reintroduction to Pokemon. I didn't play it all throughout high school, so I didn't play any of the Gen 3. But at Drexel, we all got it. All had a great time with it. Thought it was awesome. And I have a lot of fond memories about it. Is my first introduction into competitive battling as well, and I loved it. I will say that it was a real grind back then, especially training up any competitively viable team. I wouldn't recommend going back and doing it that way.
No.
It's one of the reasons I really liked Pokemon Shield and like the newer ones, because they make that so much easier, and that's why I play a lot of Showdown, because you don't even have to do that. You know, it's fun to have that sense of accomplishment, but really, like, I'm not going to spend the 80 hours grinding just to get a stupid ass team. Like, but I'm excited. I really like the art style. It's like kind of like the Link's Awakening toy style, and I really think that if they're going to remake some of these old games, they want to do it this way, fine. Like, just want to play the game, have fun with it. If they don't really add anything new, though, I'll be a little tilted, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like we'll probably get the quality of life additions that we've seen in recent Pokemon games, like built-in experience share, stuff like that. Easier breeding. You know, I definitely didn't like having to fight a specific Pokemon 200 times to get my one stat all the way up, or the egg breeding. Like, I'm sure that'll be made easier. I can't imagine going backwards and doing all of that. I know some people are all about it, but people want to use their favorite Pokemon and get to battle as soon as possible without the excess grinding. And I know that you can't get rid of it all in traditional RPGs, but Pokemon it was abusive at one point. I understand a Butterfree is not competitively viable, and that hurt me deeply way back in the day. I'm wiser now. You know, it's like, you watch Pokemon, you saw Ash's Butterfree, you know, that motherfucker carried him for a while, and then... If you play doubles right now, you could use Butterfree. Got compound lenses or compound eyes and a G-Max. Let's go, baby. Yeah. See, that I can't... I'm not even going to pretend to speak on the current iteration of competitive Pokemon. I am completely removed from it. I don't know anything about it, but I do watch people play, and it is... I can't see why anyone would play singles. I used to be actually horribly against doubles. I'm like, yo, fight me one-on-one, but the design space is so much more limited. So I actually like doubles quite a lot.
It's a comparison if anybody plays Magic the Gathering, from like normal 60 card constructed to Commander EDH. Same philosophy. In doubles like Magic, there are Pokemon / cards that are unviable in the traditional 1v1 constructed format, but in a format where every card needs to be singleton, or there's a bit more expansion of selection and not as narrow of a focus, you can really do some really goofy things with your doubles team, like Magic the Gathering Commander. You're not just like, oh, I'm just going to just aggro him down. I'm going to have this kind of elaborate strategy that it's just a completely different way of looking at the game.
Yeah, it opens it up really competitively.
Fun. Yeah. You can definitely use your Butterfree in doubles because he won't get eat up immediately.
Yeah, right?
No, he might. But, whatever. It is Butterfree after all.
It's true. The Butterfree does suck. Shout out to Smogon for teaching me what Pokemon I should probably focus on. Shout outs to
what Pokemon I'm not gonna tell people I'm a fan of anymore.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Tyranitar and who's that dragon looking shark thing from
Sharpedo?
No, he's like a I can't he was in Pokken Tournament. He's like red, blue, and yellow.
Garchomp?
Yeah, Garchomp.
He's my favorite Pokemon, man.
Yeah, that Pokemon's amazing. I looked at that man and I was like, dude, he's gonna carry, and he's so good.
And yeah, he did. He was banned to Ubers in Diamond and Pearl when it came out.
Not even a legendary Pokemon. That's how good he was. So.
Yeah, badass.
All right, our last topic for today, and probably the biggest what the fuck moment from the Pokemon Direct, is this Pokemon Legends. Which is taking place. This is like the origin of collecting Pokemon. People are calling it Pokemon Breath of the Wild. You can see similar art styles and inspirations, and there are still turn-based battles. So, Dylan, when you saw this, what was your immediate reaction?
So I don't know how accurate these leaks are, but I'm going to pull this up real quick just so I don't mess up the name. Where is it? So there's a leak, or some leaks apparently, that are saying this game isn't turn-based. That it has more of an action-based energy system. So instead of PP, you have energy-based that you use the certain moves you want to use.
Okay.
And if you run out of Pokemon, the opposing Pokemon you're fighting, like the wild one, will still attack you, and you can get knocked out. If you don't have any Pokemon, they're still gonna beat your ass and shit. I'm trying to find the post. It's from Centro Leaks. I'll give you a link right here, Ak. But yeah, if anybody wants to check this out, it has some leaks about some of the new Pokemon stuff. Yeah, so no longer turn-based, combats are now energy-based, no transition between overworld and battles, all seamless.
So you see Pokemon in the field?
There are conflicting reports, so I'm not, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I from my first impressions, I thought the game looks one, I'm glad that they're trying something new. I'm always excited to see new tech be employed, because nobody wants to play the same thing forever and ever and ever. And I know that the people who are yelling on Twitter and the internet are not completely representative of the total fan base, but they are some of the people that push the game to their audiences and have this opinion that a lot of people might follow. So it looks really rough. I'll just say that right now. It's not a game that I would buy instantly. So I know it's an alpha or still pre-production, so a couple of years before it comes out. But there's some work that needs to be done for it to be good. That frame rate was atrocious. Holy shit!
You have to just link, and whenever you edit this, you have to put that picture of that fucking bell, whatever it's called, that bell Pokemon moving. Why? Yeah. How dare they pretend hey, look at this game and everything is moving at 10 FPS.
Yeah.
How dare they?
I understand that the Switch is not the most powerful of hardware, but I have seen games that take its tech and actually make it work. I don't want to use Breath of the Wild as an example, because I learned recently that was originally supposed to come out on the Wii U. So it wasn't made for the Switch. It just came out. It was a Twilight Princess type deal where You have two separate generations of systems competing for the same product, which is why I'm excited for Breath of the Wild too. Because Breath of the Wild on Switch didn't really run all that great. It ran decent enough. But I'm expecting the next version of Breath of the Wild to run really well because it's being natively produced for Switch. This, on the other hand, it's like, man, I know Pokemon Company, they're not really hurting for money. So I'm expecting by the next update, this will be something great. Because I was looking at their trees that look like trees. Like, this looks like a PlayStation 3 game. Like, come on, man. Like, why am I watching?
It looks as bad as Valheim.
Yeah. And, I can respect art styles for specific games, but for this, they have a lot, now that they put it out there, now they have a lot of people that are hoping that this doesn't end up being hot garbage. So we will
don't know. Pokemon fans have been burned multiple times before.
Yeah, the bar is so low that anything is probably fine at this point. I have zero expectations. I'll probably still end up getting the game at the end of the day if it looks halfway decent. But man, like I said, some Pokemon fans, there's no making them happy no matter what you do. You could put everything they want and then you find one thing and then they'll just say the whole thing is garbage. So
yeah, well, and who's worse, Pokemon fans or Smash fans?
Oh man. Dude,
boy.
I think I personally think Pokemon fans are worse. But this might be for a different discussion because we both live in those spheres, so we can talk forever about it. Maybe that should be we should have like a list of the worst fans in video games and just go down the list.
Do it. Yeah. Let's do another thing. The worst fans of video games and why.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. If you like the video, make sure you leave a comment, leave a like. Dylan's channel information is going to be down in the description below. Give him a follow on social media for video games and politics. He's the guy to do it. And let us know what you thought of the Pokemon Direct. If you liked what you saw, if you thought it was complete garbage, we'd love to hear what you think. We'll come up with another episode next week. And if you made it to the end, just thanks very much for being great. We'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.
Later.